This next one is Neverland Hooligan. My wife and I have an anonymous donor, but we absolutely love answering questions about what we know of him in the process. I plan on trying the same donor in a few months. My wife became pregnant after her first IUI, and I know it's not likely for my body to take so easily and quickly, but my fingers are crossed. Also, our donor's sperm that Nova's their daughter, came from was frozen. Oh, this is so cool. I remember this one. So the donor's sperm that their daughter came from was frozen in 1993, which is the year I was born, so I believe that's the coolest part of our experience.
So the sperm is as old as the mom. That's cool.
Isn't that cool? So they're using same donor, and each one of them, so one carried the first one. That's cool.
That's cool.
So the next one is anonymous. When choosing our donor, we narrowed our options down to a few that had the physical features we wanted, nationality, height, etc. Then we selected our donor based solely on the one with the cleanest medical history. We knew we wanted to use the same donor for both my wife and I to carry, and we each have a lot of cancer in our family histories. It was important to us to give our children genes that are cleaner than ours. Early in our selection process, I was tempted to select based on a donor's interest or SAT scores, but now that our son is here, I'm thankful we did not go this route. He's totally his own person, and I never think of the donor's interest or personality. I only think of the donor in the sense that some of his genes are in my son. And when I have to discuss family history, that's cool. And when I have to discuss family history with our son's doctors, it makes things easier because one side has nothing to report and the other side is me. So this is from The Pain. A friend of the family is our donor. He has no obligation, but is welcome to be a part of her life. She's 8 and fully understands the details of her conception. That's really cool. I think that's cool that that's a friend of the family. Next one is SEO Moms. We chose a known donor after researching the cost of sperm banks, vials, storage, fresh versus frozen. We realized that purchasing from a bank just wasn't going to be an option for us. Our donor is a good friend who has no responsibility but is welcome to be uncle. The more positive influences our child has, the better. We're so thankful for him. Another reason we went this route was because some friends of ours used frozen donor sperm from a bank and also had a Facebook page for all the children born from this specific donor. There were so many kids on this page. We wanted to know that the chances of our child going into the world and randomly bumping into a sibling would be slim to none. That's cool. I can relate to that.
Yeah, but it also depends on what bank you go with. Like, some banks have more vials.
But I think it's cool that the donor is someone they know and that he can be like the cool uncle or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
That the kid knows about it. So the next one is from Emily Pennelly. We chose a non-anonymous donor with an extended profile. Our first criteria was health, then it was their profile and things like the letter. It was important for us, for our kids, to have the option to know more if they wanted to in the future. We'll always be very grateful to our donor, and we'll tell our kids that this wonderful person helped us. His letter iterates throughout that we are the parents and that he wanted to help. The staff impressions also said how he was being a donor to help people and how kind he was. He also mentions how wanted they must have been, which I think is beautiful for them to read one day. Their donor also looks a lot like me as a baby and their cousins. We also bought enough so that we could use the same donor throughout both mine and my wife's IVF cycles. We'll be going through reciprocal IVF so that they can all be genetically related. I think everyone is free to do what they think is best for them and their children. This is just what felt best for us. That's cool. That sounds like our donor.
It sounded like our donor until they said it was a known donor.
Yeah.
Because ours is anonymous, but that sounded just like ours.
That's really cool, and I think this is all beautiful, and I think that's so cool. So the next one is from, we're almost done. We're almost at the bottom. Okay. The next one is Bashi's Mama. My wife and I chose an open donor from the Seattle Sperm Bank. We didn't feel comfortable asking a friend to donate and didn't want to deal with the legal issues or potential drama from a known donor. We also love that most of the donors at Seattle Sperm Bank are open to meeting any offspring when they turn 18. We want to be as open as possible with our children regarding where they came from. We want them to have the option of meeting their donor if that's what they want. We actually went through 3 different donors at Seattle Sperm Bank before it worked. We started out super picky, poring over donor profiles for hours. We bought 2 vials from donor number 1, and those 2 IUI attempts didn't take When we went to reorder, there were none left from the first donor, so we went for another guy on our list. 2 tries with him were also unsuccessful. When it came time to reorder, Seattle Sperm Bank's Donor of the Month offer, more offers, Donor of the Month offer intrigued us. As they offer buy one, get one, they do have BOGO sperm. Buy one, get one, that's so cool. As they offer buy one, get one on their featured donor. Hoping to save a little money, we reviewed the featured donor and liked what we saw. Above all else, he has good medical history and as did his family. In addition, his eyes and hair matched my wife's. We bought 4 vials since they were on sale. Lo and behold, our very first attempt worked, and we have a beautiful 6-month-old baby boy, 3 vials in storage for future siblings. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yes, congrats. This next one is M. Clibby. We chose a donor from New England Cryogenic Center out of Boston. We were looking for someone with similar features to my wife. We also really liked that the donor was musically talented, enjoyed cooking, and shared other similar interests to us. We chose an anonymous donor, got pregnant with Piper our second attempt at ICI. We read a lot of people saying IUI was likely to be more successful, but it was nice to not have any doctors involved in the making process, and it also saved us a lot of money. That's cool because we're thinking about doing that.
We're thinking about doing that for
the next one. At least
we have the IUI vial, so it's fine, but we wanted to just see if it was going to work if we bought some ICI vials. Just to do at home, just
to see, yep.
For fun.
For funsies. What better to do on a Friday night?
Right.
So the next one's anonymous. Anonymous donor for us. We both want to use the same donor. We're grateful to this person donating, allowing us to make our family. My wife and I just feel it's going to be our family/tribe, and this person did a selfless act to help, and that's it. Kind of like donating blood. That's cool. That's kind of how we said we might explain it. We don't feel that it should be so complex. We'll be as open and honest as possible with our children and give whatever info we have. Raise them to be aware as to how they were created and that they were loved by their family and 2 moms. Health background was most important when we were looking.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Next, it doesn't have to be that complex. It's just a donor. Yeah. But he did an amazing thing, but it's just a donor.
Yep. Next one is Hello Tina XO, our friends Tina and Kim. We chose an identity disclosure.
You are not anonymous anymore.
Does she want to be anonymous?
No. I'm just saying. You're like, this is Tina and Kim, our friends.
I didn't say their last names. We chose an identity disclosure donor. At first, Kim was against it, but after talking to her, she understood where I was coming from. To me, I don't want to take away the choice from my child to one day reach out or at least know. Anonymous to me was so final, and I know personally it would make me nuts always wondering if I was in that position. I think that's kind of what we thought. I think the fact that our kid will obviously know there's another half of them out there because Kim and I couldn't have them without them, not a situation where a crappy parent gave their kid up, makes me feel okay with my child at least learning who the other half of their DNA is. Without the donor, we wouldn't be able to make our family, so in a way we're thankful for him. As far as priorities, we considered it all. Medical looks, personality. Kim really wants our kid to have blonde hair like her and love sports and outdoors. That's cool. Yay, and we hope you guys start soon.
I think we have started. I think you guys have started.
The next one is MDA WWNNN. Our donor is one of our very best friends. As our baby grows up, she will know him and know that he's her donor. He's also gay, and in a few years, I'll be his surrogate, creating a child that's 100% our baby's biological sibling. That's cool. Who will grow up in an extremely loved family. Our donor is also our daughter's godparent. I just love how family is so much more than the traditional nuclear mom-dad, 2 kids unit. That's cool.
That's cute.
I like that.
I couldn't do it.
We don't have anyone.
We don't have anyone that we don't really have any male friends.
Yes, we do.
We have Louis.
Well, he doesn't count.
Well,
and he's a jerk, but he's allowed into our bed every night.
But we don't have any like best friend. I mean, you have your best buds, but we don't have anyone that we're like
that we would ask something like that.
Yeah, like.
But I think that's awesome.
Definitely really cool.
I think those kids are gonna grow up so loved. The next one is, well, this is just a comment, but it's from Mary Ivana, and she said, I have to say, I love how this is such a safe place. No one has attacked anyone for their choice. There's a respect and understanding here. Love it, and it's great to hear people's opinions and stories. This is a really long But we're almost done. Wow, this is a really good discussion. Alright, so the next one is from Hopeful One. I chose a willing to be known donor from Pacific Reproductive Services, which is a lesbian-owned sperm bank out of San Francisco and Pasadena. I chose that so my child will have the option to get his biological father's information if he decides that's what's important to him later in life. I'm not sure if they have a sibling registry, but I'm curious to find out. Good topic. Love reading everyone's stories.
That's cool.
That's cool. That's awesome. I didn't even know about that one. Clayton419 says, we're trying tomorrow through a sperm bank. Oh my gosh. That was 12 weeks ago, so now we need to know. I need an update. We're trying tomorrow through a sperm bank. We've tried in-home with syringe and YouTube, and while hoping this one works. While hoping this one happens. With my son's donor, we chose a friend and did in-home, but I will not be carrying again, and we did not want to ask a friend again. That's awesome. Good luck. And Awkward Otter Pop said we use a known, that's so cool, we use a known sperm donor who's a good friend that offered after we were struggling to get pregnant through a sperm bank. He was our donor for both kids. That's so cool. Have 11 replies to Becca Jacob Arcus. There's lots in Scandinavia, good strong blood over there. Yep.
That's me.
That's
the
you.
Viking.
The Viking. The Danish girl. So yes, we agree for sure. Alright, well thanks so much for watching. Like I said, part 1 was our story, and just now we went through a lot of other stories, so hopefully you have a lot of points of view. And if you want to be involved in the next topic, then join my YouTube. This is YouTube. Join my Instagram, and I'll post the next coming topic, so you can comment if you want to be included, whether you want to be anonymous or not. And comment below with topic requests. That's it. Subscribe if you like what you see. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.